Hello and welcome back for another episode with your favorite project lead the way teacher, Mr. Spaeth. Today we're going to be working on 5.5a CAD model features. We are going to be doing the base plate. So let me share my screen with you and we will get started. So grab a part file in inches. We're going to start by making this base plate. I really want you guys to look at your own copy of the base plate because none of the things that we're going to do on this base plate are new. The only things I want you to get out of this, there are 8 different holes here, and I want you to be able to read those holes and understand where they go and how to place them. Just going through, just getting some more practice making holes. So let's start with this base plate. It's going to be 11 inches wide, and it's going to be ½ inch thick. So we start there. Go 11 by 4, enter, finish, double click my little scroll button to get back out here. I'm going to extrude by ½ inch. There we are. Next thing I'm looking at, just to make this look good, right, we have these corners that are rounded. And where does it say on a corner? So it's 1, 2, 3, and here it is, 0.5 typical radius on these corners. So great. Let's go back. We'll take a fillet at 0.5, select all 4. Good to go. The next thing I want to do, there is a 30-second chamfer around the whole thing. Let's hold off on that because that will kind of mess up making dimensions. It'll be really hard to grab the right line. And I'll kind of show you what I mean after I'm done with the rest of this here. Let's start putting down the holes. We know that there are 4 holes on the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 on the back in the corners, 1, 2, 3. So let's figure this out, please. So we have, let's place these points right off the bat because when we make holes, use the hole tool, we need to have points, and points are in 2D land. So here are my points, and I'm just going to place them 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I'll dimension them. Okay, so the first hole is 0.4375, and it's 2 inches, but 2 inches from the top. They're all 2 inches from the top. So let's do this right away. Here on down, we're going to make this 2 inches, and then we're going to grab our horizontal constraint. All of these lines are on the exact same horizon. So if I try to put a dimension on this last one, you notice it'll say over constrained, but it was going to be 2 inches anyway because I had used that horizontal constraint. Now, from right here, I wanted 0.4375. 0.438, that's okay. It's really 0.4375. They just don't give us more than 3 in precision. So our next one is 1.5. Our next hole will be 5.5, so right in the middle. And then our last hole is 0.4375 from the other side. So let me just escape here. I'm going to delete this dimension. I'm just selecting it and pushing delete, and then we'll go 0.4375 right there. So let's take a look at these, see if there's any that are similar that we can do at the same time. This one says ×2 right here, so that means this hole is actually the same. So this is going to be, we'll have a chamfer to it. It's going to be 0.25 diameter through with a ½ inch little chamfer on there at 82 degrees. Okay, so let's make this first one. We're going to finish this sketch, pick hole. Notice it's going to select all 4 of them. We hold down Control and unselect those 2 because we don't want those 2. We're going to grab our chamfered hole. The radius on the top was 0.5. The sorry, the diameter on the top was 0.5. The diameter through was 0.25. 0.25, termination through all, and then 82 degrees. So we would go okay, and we're done with those two. Now notice my other 2 points disappeared. We go back into hole by clicking over on our arrow in the browser. We're going to right click on the sketch, and we will share the sketch so that my two points reappear. This next point, it also says ×2. So again, these are just 0.3125 through holes. So easy to do, pick hole. Notice it remembers the last thing you did. We're going to pick a through hole, through all, 0.3125. And both are selected right here. We can go apply. And we are done with the front. We're going to go to the back. We're going to start a sketch on the back. Now here we need to pay attention as to where these holes are exactly. And I don't know as if they say. I know they're in the corners, and I know they're lined up perfectly. If they don't say, we're just going to guess. And they really don't. We've used every dimension here. So we're just going to pick a spot in the corners. It looks like they're tangent to the circular part of those corners. So my guess is because this was a radius of 0.5, we are both 0.5 down and 0.5 over from the side for each of these holes here. So let's make that happen. So we started a sketch. We're right here. We are going to put offset lines. So offset lines, very easy. I could make lines and dimension exactly where they are. I could make them center lines, and I wouldn't extrude them. I'd just be putting my point right there. But offset lines make things a lot easier. So I'm going to project the geometry of this line, this line, this line, and this line. Notice they're yellow. Now I can select them, whereas before I couldn't. I'm going to go to offset. I'm going to hit 0.5. I'm going to do that for all of these. There they are. Then I'm going to select them holding down the control key. Selected them all. I'm going to make them center lines. And I'm going to put my 4 points on there, on the corners. Okay. So those tell me where my center points are. I don't know why why they are green. They should be purple. They should be fully defined. So I'm going to finish. That's a weird angle. Okay, so here we are. And then I'm going to do a hole. It is 832 UNC. That means it's a threaded hole that's 0.2875 deep. So this little symbol here means deep. So we are going to pick threaded hole. So that would be this one, or tapped, threaded. It's just taking a little bit. And notice it says UNC right over here. And we need to find 832. So let's find 832. Let's see. It's asking for a size. So that's 8. They have to be close to 1/4 inch. Let's go ANSI metric. 8, size 8. Should have a 32. And I can't scroll down to find it. We're just going to go 8 by 1.25. So we're going to go a depth though. Here's our depth is located right here. 0.2875. 2875. And doesn't let me finish this. Through all, no, to distance. Here is our distance, 0.2875. There we go. That should be it. Oh, and it didn't find my centers, that's why. So I just need to select them. I noticed that because my centers had a red pointer button missing, so that's why I couldn't go OK. So we'll go OK right here, and notice we have all of our holes, and we are good to go. Please share this sketch, or take the visibility off, so that now I don't see all those dimensions on there. And then the last thing I said is it needs and it's a 1/32 chamfer. You can look up the decimal equivalent, or you can just let Inventor do it for you. And it's at a chamfer around both back edges and front edges. So it's a lot of picking here, but we can do it. Oh no, just one shot right there, and then one shot right here, all the way around. Click OK, and then notice what that does. It just places a little chamfer on the edge there. And show it from the side a little bit better. There's our chamfer. Enjoyed this video, and it was helpful, and you got to practice making your holes, putting down your points, dimensioning them fully, and then if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and we will see you next time.